Let's go back to the phone lines here. 901-260-5926. That's 901-260-5926. Let's head over to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Henry, listening to us on WSJS. Hi, Henry. What's on your mind?
Hi, Todd. Yeah, I wanted to talk about what a great job I think President Trump and Secretary Hegseth are doing with this war. There's a number of things that they're doing that I really like. One is they're putting out the most awesome videos of the bombings we're doing, and they play rock music with it, and they splice in movie clips. That is so cool. I love how callous we are towards war. It's awesome. Very respectful to our troops as well.
Well, I certainly think so. Well, Henry, I think I would definitely say so. I think it's inspiring. I do think it's inspirational. For so many years, our military troops have been denigrated by Democrats and the mainstream media, and now we've got a military that has embraced this warrior ethos, and we're getting rid of the bad guys.
Acting like 12-year-old boys at a computer is really cool.
How is that acting like a 12-year-old boy? No. How is that acting like a 12-year-old? What are you talking about here? We're trying to highlight the successes of the most powerful fighting force on the planet. And also, these videos are a deterrent to all of the evil people that want to come over here and blow us up.
Oh, it's a deterrent. The rock music and the movie clips are a deterrent. How stupid are you?
Well, what do you mean? I'm just curious. You're coming onto the program and you're calling me stupid. What do you mean by that, Henry?
How do you like the fact that we accidentally blew up the school and then Trump lied?
Not true. Not true. The president says, look, the president says that is under investigation. And look, we're in the middle of a war. Things are going to happen. Things are going to go wrong. And I have no doubt that if, in fact, the investigation proves that what the allegations are, then the president is going to come out and say something about it. But again, this is an active war zone, Henry. And bad things are going to happen. No doubt about it. People are going to lose their lives. That's the nature of war.
I'm sure Donnie will come out and apologize for it. He's really known for apologizing for his mistakes. And how about covering up how bad the attack in Kuwait was with all of the injured soldiers? They really tried their best to cover that up, but they finally put the news out today. Isn't that great?
No, it came out yesterday, and that was actually acknowledged at the White House press briefing. So how is that covering anything up, Henry?
They didn't acknowledge it till yesterday.
No, seriously, how is that? No, in all seriousness, how is that a cover-up?
How is it a cover-up? They didn't release the information right away. They've downplayed everything.
Why should? No, they're not downplaying. Look, they're not downplaying anything, Henry. Here's what this administration is not doing. They're not getting in front of the cameras, and they're not telling the entire world what they're about to do. Also, we also know, thanks to President Trump booting all of the Pentagon reporters, those longtime reporters out of the actual Pentagon building, it turns out nobody's leaking any information. They used to do that. They used to leak all of this information to the press corps, putting targets on every single one of our fighting men and women. That's not happening anymore. So I got to tell you something, Henry. I do not have a problem with the fact that we don't know a lot about what's happening over there because we're trying to keep our troops safe.
Right. Better to cover up the war crimes that way.
It's not what's the war crime? What's the war crime? You know what, Henry? Here's the problem. Here's the problem with people like you. If you had been around during World War II, we would all be speaking German. At least half of the country would be, and the other half would be speaking Japanese. The reality is, Henry, and I know a lot of you like to live in this little Oompa Loompa, make-believe utopia where everybody's lovey-dovey and running around in tulip fields, tiptoeing around and dancing to, I don't know, the Coca-Cola song. But the reality is there are very bad people in the world, Henry, very bad people. And you know what? God has blessed the United States with the ability to blow the bad guys to the gates of hell. And I am glad as an American citizen for that. Henry, you ought to be glad as well. I'm going to let you stew on that, and I'm sure we'll hear back from you again. Henry, thank you for the call. It's a seminar caller, ladies and gentlemen. And this is how you deal with that. I have absolutely no problem with what's happening overseas right now. Would I like, and again, I'm a journalist, so by nature I'm inquisitive, would I like to know what our next move is? Absolutely. But it would be foolish for anybody in the Pentagon to reveal that information, period. By the way, 140 of our soldiers injured so far in the war. 7 lost their lives. 901-260-5926. Let's go to Richard in Ocala.